What are you doing to change the narrative?
Yeah.
They won't. It'll go back to what we was talking about earlier. If they speak up against it, then it takes away from them. They might lose family inheritance. They might lose a job. They might lose whatever status they have. Like, they not going to do it. It's just not going to happen.
So, with you being in business for 29 years, that's a long time. Have you had people trying to take you down, like literally take your business down, like black or white?
That's an interesting question. Let me go back to 2007 when I caught my case. The guy that we rent the spot from, Mr. Gene Garrett, man. I thought he was kind of arrogant at the time, but then before I got busted, I felt the same way because I got resources. You feel me? So we would bump heads, this and another. And I remember, man, that Tuesday when we got ready to open, as I was getting out the vehicle, man, he was walking down the sidewalk. He walked up to me. He shook my hand. He said, Maurice, what's your plans now? I said, well, Mr. Garrett, I think I'll try to find another spot, man. He said, find another spot for what? He said, your wife ain't never been late on a payment. The checks ain't never bounced. I know you ain't gonna do it no more. You good, man. And I was so blown away, and we became such good friends, after that. So, with that being said, you're gonna always have people that, try to disgrace you or whatever the case may be. But when you stand on principles, all that negativity will fall to the side, man.
And I'm gonna say something. It's probably gonna suck to say, but I feel like a lot of times, especially people in your position, it was probably us that probably tried to tear you down the most.
The ones that talk about you.
It was probably us tearing you down the most.
You 100% right. I ain't going down there. All that dope just no. But if you really know the true story, there wasn't no dope found in G's. It wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of the people that was trying to tear me down was mad because they wasn't in my position.
They weren't in your position, right?
And we just had this conversation the other day, man. Matter of fact, me and this Jamaican guy that worked for, and we just talking about. I said, man, the beauty of my situation was, and the crazy part about this guy that owned a restaurant right here at the corner of Slaughter Road in 72. He was down there eating Friday, man, him and his family. And the dude made me feel so good, man, so good like that, man. And what he said is, he said, man, you used to work for the Housing Authority, man. He said, you know what really used to turn me on when I come down here? You would be in your uniform cleaning tables, man. You didn't have to do this. He said, man, now, I worked for Bell South at the time. He said, now I've got my restaurant. It's been open like 16 years. I said, I'll be down there and see you, man. So it is. So, it's the way that I handled it because, like I say, I know our people. We are jealous people. We are jealous. And like I said, a lot of times people be so mad because they're not in your shoes. And like you were saying a minute ago, I don't walk around beating my chest. If I went to one of these spots tonight, I ain't walking around, hey, I'm Maurice from G's or this, that, and other.
Right.
I run into more people that know me than I know them.
Facts. Right.
So I say this at all times. No matter what's going on, always remain humble.
Yeah.
Always remain humble. In this drug program I was taking when I was in Limestone, even though I wasn't doing drugs, just smoke weed. And two things that stuck with me was, you get more by giving, you learn more by listening. So with that being said, man, like a lot of these guys, I be trying to tell them, man, listen, I'm in a situation to help you, to keep you from going where I've been, because there's a lot of y'all won't make it.
They ain't gonna make it, right?
And I hear so many people, man, that I was in there. I was the man on the street, this and that, blah, 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 blah. If you did what you did, you don't never have to tell your story. Somebody else will try to tell it.
Right. Every time. Yeah.
No matter if you from Mobile, California, or whatever, your reputation precedes you.
Facts. Facts. That's a good one. That's a good.
The man yelling he the man usually ain't the man.
Usually ain't the man. Right, yeah.
That's every time. Yeah.
Facts.
We done both seen that.
That is true.
And some of the people you talking about couldn't even get on the phone and make a phone call because their parents wouldn't even had this on them. You know what I'm saying? When you was out here, just what you said, you wasn't the man. You living over here with me, and you. One of my biggest satisfaction was, man, when I was doing what I was doing. It was me, my mom, my brother, and my dad. And we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, 2903 B, Alaska. And when I started making some money, one of the first things I said, I was going to get my parents a house and a vehicle. Well, My parents were so conditioned to being there, they didn't want no house. But I went and bought my father a car, man. And I remember when I walked up and I gave him the keys, he was kind of reluctant. Not because of how I bought the car, his pride. And he was just like, no, So I left the car with him. Eventually he started driving. He drove it till he couldn't drive no more. But his mailman come to the restaurant to this day. And this happened since I've been back home, man. His mailman come to the restaurant. And one day he pulled me to the side. He said, man, your daddy was so proud of you. God, dog, that you bought him that car. He said, man, he would walk around. He took me out to that car every time I came to that door and showed me that car. And it just blew me away. And we was having this thing, man, about me and a partner of mine about being good kids. And his mom would tell him how I looked out for my mom and dad. It ain't about to get accolades, but I just go back and I said, well, I guess I was a pretty decent son.
Yeah.
And the fulfillment of me doing things, being able to do things for them like my wife do for her mom, man.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's it. That's the real thing that you should be doing it for.
Right.
I mean, how we say people want to be in a certain position and they don't know what they want to do with it. That's what they should be wanting to do with it. It's help other people.
Help other people,
At
man.
the bottom line, if you can get, the higher you get, the more people you can
Other
help.
people you can
Literally.
help.
So,
That's literally my goal.
yeah.
I get a lot of people, like I say, might be tomorrow. You know, a lot of people be like, man, you need to film this when I go feed the homeless. What I need to film it for?
Yeah.
God said, what you do in private, I'll reward you openly. And I tell them all the time when they walk in there like, I'm going to use you for some, Will. You might come in there 4 times. Hey, Will, I got you today. I got you. I didn't come here for that. You in a business. You can't look around and see the blessings. And like you said, after COVID, I looked at all the business, Golden Corral, Piccadilly closed down. And they like, y'all still standing.
It was now when you say something changed for black businesses, I feel like that was
Yeah,
the change.
COVID was
During
it.
COVID, we all were so nervous that things were about to get real tight. Well, I know I was, and the people I know that had businesses, like things are about to change. These are luxury items. Like restaurants are closing. People who had restaurants are like, how are we gonna like feed our families? But it seemed like as a community, everybody started supporting like black businesses more. That was the best.
And that's why everybody
financially had done.
That's why
like,
the millionaires were created. We helped each
literally,
other become
yes.
millionaires. Yeah.
Right.
I was afraid, like bags, who's buying a bag when people are dying? Do you know how much more sales I got
Right,
during
right,
that time?
right. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, all they did was went back to, like I say, the 50s and 60s when we really relied on. And this is what we were saying when you went out. You know, we stuck so much on Tulsa, Oklahoma as being the Black Wall Street. It was Black Wall Streets everywhere.
All over.
Yeah, I've been learning that.
Yeah, all over.
Well, I said they were just flooding us out.
Flooding us out. Exactly.
All over, yeah.
So with who we got, don't nothing happen by mistake or whatever, just like with who's in the White House today, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's to bring us closer together, man, to start back loving each other, to doing what we have to do to sustain each other, man, because once again, if we took all our resources and we put them in our communities, just like in Montgomery when they went out with the bus boycott back in the day, people looked out for each other. They took them to work, but you just couldn't ride the bus. What they do? They sat down and compromised with them. Well, we'll start doing this, we'll start doing that. In today's society, the same thing is still there. We just got to get past the point of, oh, I stay in this neighborhood, forget them folks there, this and other. You work for somebody else, you don't know what tomorrow gonna bring.
Right.
I never take and be like, well, you know, God done blessed me to make $100 million. My thought process has changed. Forget about these people.
That's crazy.
Right.
Like, when you walk through that door, man, I'm lit up. Not because you come and spending your money with us, but the most important thing, and I tell the people I work for, case in point, just like an entertainer come in, and they be showering that person. Will done been in here 1,000,000 times. You give Will a little attention. That's the one you ought to be running to, giving the attention that you giving this celebrity, because you're going to see Will on the regular. This a fly-by-night type of person. And Bruce was in there a couple of weeks ago, man, and me and dude like this.
Come on.
Like this, man. And we sat down, we had he wanted to do a little segment with me, and he threw it on out there on Instagram and everything, and everybody was like, man, I love that right there. And I said, man, one thing I love about Bruce, he never got too big for his people. And that's what a lot of us do. He don't have no security. He don't have no driver. He's a down-to-earth person, man.
Yeah.
So my love for him is just, man, I'm talking about beyond 100, man.
Right.
And that's where we get lost in the sauce a lot of time. God will bless us. And the same steps we took to get there, we forget it.
Yeah.
But you got all these people praising you, and they're making you feel like you're that person.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said
I
that.
mean, it just
And the reason
their
I,
head just.
and the reason I say, I'm glad you brought it up because I ain't gonna call no names, but I look at a lot of people that made it off the backs of their people. It's just like this dude that give a car show in Atlanta every year.
Okay.
And I was talking about the price, hey man, they charging this, that, and the other. And then, one of the guys was like, that's to separate the BS from this and other. But when you were selling your products to these people, everybody mattered.
Come on.
But once you'd have made it to a certain level, now you want to kick these people that helped you get there to the
The
side.
people that helped you leg up.
That's
It
what's
don't
so
make
crazy.
sense,
I
bro.
don't.
Because they get
understand it.
they're better than.
Yeah,
That's what
how,
they get in
though?
there.
It's like, how are you better than somebody that you come from the same cloth from? Like, y'all
And they
from the
literally
same-
made
came up with
you.
them. And they're the ones who help you get there.
Right.
How are you better?
I really feel like, I don't know if it's society. I don't know. We keep saying society, but like people are worshiping people. Like you're online looking at these Instagram people and they're being worshipped.
And you're not
they're-
worshiping them. You're worshiping what they're showing you.
It's perfect. That's why I said
Yeah,
it looks
I mean,
perfect.
it's
That's not them for
perfection.
real.
It's not even real.
It's
Yeah.
not even real.
Even for them, that's why they can't be off. That's why they can't have a down day and they're like super depressed
funny,
and they're like
yep.
suicidal. Like it goes so far because it's not real.
That's the
can't sustain
sucky
it.
part. That's the sucky part about like allowing yourself to get that big head and from people praising you. It's funny. Me and Trish were in Old Navy one time shopping, and this lady came up to us and was like, "Oh, Trish and Ken from Love and Marriage. What y'all doing in here? Y'all in here like y'all regular people." Bro, I swear. I said,
we
What
are.
I'm supposed to be
I
doing.
said,
I'm regular.
I am regular. Like, okay,
You
I'm on
said it
TV,
wrong. You're supposed to say, no, I'm sorry.
You-
Where do the celebrities go?
Wait a
but like,
minute.
that's what I was
Where
gonna
am I
say.
supposed
Like,
to be
where
at?
am I
That's
supposed to
not the
be?
celebrity.
But she said, y'all out here like y'all regular people, and it's
That's a
like,
skit.
going back to what she's saying, like another person would have let that boost their head up. That would have pumped somebody's head up.
Yeah.
For me, we always talk about like, bro, we've done a lot in life, so. The only thing I ever think about being in the position that I am is how I'm about to help my friends, my family, and how all of us gonna piggyback off of what I got going on right now. It's never like, oh, I'm too big for my britches now, so I can't go hang with the same folks no more. I can't go back to the neighborhood no more. People trip when they see me out in the hood, and I'm like, why am I supposed to hang? Like, I get like certain things I'm supposed to stop doing, but like I'm never gonna get too big to where I feel like I can't come associate with my folks. That's
But
crazy.
here's the crazy thing: too big. What is too big? Because I'm on TV.
'Cause I'm on
What
TV,
is
and
it?
I'm
Wow.
like,
What
Or
is it
because I
though,
made a
right?
certain amount of
Yeah,
money. Like
right.
now what is too big?
Right.
think
I
it
still
is-
got the same
I think what
DNA.
I'm still breathing the same air. I still take shits every day. Like I'm still doing the same thing.
I think for
Girls
most-
take poops.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
I think for most people though, like they look at that and it's something that they don't think they could ever achieve.
I mean, maybe you can't. What can you do?
But
Like,
so-
are you actor? Are you a singer? Are you?
But I think when you have that mindset, you automatically inflate when somebody else is doing it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
give them an
Yeah.
inflated like existence.
See, I
And
don't
it's
have
like,
that worshiping complex. Like,
hell
I
nah,
just feel
like-
like people I see who are out in the media or whatever, they're regular
people.
And this is just a job.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a plumber, that's what you do. You happen to be an actor. That means you can
Job.
act
Yeah,
very well,
yeah. Right.
and that's your profession.
You'd be surprised
so
how many
regular.
people that I take pictures with be like, I throw them shade. They be like, man, you ain't like the rest of them. You actually talk to us and take pictures, and
Right.
you actually nice
yeah,
and fun.
it's got to their heads.
And I'm like,
yeah.
in my mind, I'm like, I mean, I don't know what nobody else does, but I'm gonna always be me. I'm gonna always be the friendly guy. I'm gonna always be the nice guy.
Yeah.
You might see me spaz out on TV, but when I talk to you, you see how we're talking. We having a good conversation. It's gonna always be like this. I was like, I don't let like I don't even like calling myself a celebrity because I don't see myself as a celebrity. I see it's a job for me. You know what I mean?
You're gonna keep being blessed and growing.
Yeah, it's weird to even see myself on TV. I don't even like watching it half the time.
I don't like watching videos I record of myself to put on there.
We were watching the show the other day when they dropped some scenes. The show dropped when they dropped it, and we were out of town. And we were like, let's watch it. So we started watching it. He turned. He was like, "Ain't this shit weird? Nigga, we on TV."
Bro, like we watching ourselves, like we sitting there watching each
we
other.
on TV,
We
right?
on
Examining
TV,
yourself. They're like, oh, look, why did he do that?
And I'm
Look at
like,
me.
and that's how it is for me. I'm like a kid. Like for me, it's
Right.
like exciting,
Right.
but it's never gonna get to the point where where I'm like, yeah, I'm him.
That's me.
That's me. Yeah. Like people come up to me all the time and like, I just watched you. And I'll be like, yeah.
And
And
don't
they
they
be like,
ask-
can I get a hug? Yeah.
Everybody, people from Huntsville. Do you ever get people that are not from Huntsville to be like, "Hey, so do you know Marceau?"
The one from,
Yeah.
oh, when I
Yeah.
say I'm from California, my friend's from California. Do you know?
Right.
Yo,
It's
you know
like,
how big
yeah.
the state
That
is?
is huge.
And that's a regular ass person.
Right.
Like, just,
These two ladies from Atlanta, I met through a friend of mine. They wanted to do a clothing thing, so they was asking me about Melody's husband, Martell. Do you know Martell? I said, I've been knowing Martell all his life.
Right,
man.
right.
We sure would love to get with him. Come to Huntsville, we'll make it happen. But so many people that's in y'all shoes, celebrities. This is what you prayed for before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
But once you got there and you blew up, now all of a sudden you want to distance yourself from the people that made you. How?
Feeling like they're better. Like
make
I've
sense.
graduated to really it's money. To me, I feel like it's money. And that's so ignorant to me.
Definitely the money.
Like money makes you feel like you're better than someone else.
Yeah.
Like because you can buy more things.
Right.
Let's
You
go back
feel like
to the
you're
lottery.
better?
Let's go back to the lottery people. You live in a trailer, right? Your whole life. You just trailer trash, for lack of a better term. And you win the lottery.
Yeah.
So you instantly better.
No, I can instantly
Make that
buy
make
more
sense.
things,
Right.
But I'm not
You're
better
still
than
the
you.
same
You're still the same
person.
Yeah, that's why I don't
You just
get
got
that
more
part.
money now.
Right.
You said a minute ago, Will, your DNA still the same.
DNA is still
Everything
the same,
else
man.
is only thing that changes. You can buy things.
That's it.
That's it.
can buy
You
more
can't even
stuff
buy
right
like
now.
health. You can't buy like
The things that matter.
yeah. You can't.
You
can
can't
just
buy.
buy
You can't buy
things.
youth. You can't buy time.
That's what I'm
You can't-
saying.
yeah, right. You can
Things-
buy
Tell you the
more
worst-
If you're
stuff that's
balding,
gonna be left here.
you're still balding.
Come on.
You
Two
know
of the
what I mean?
worst
If
things
you
you
can
have
buy. You can buy.
ED,
You can buy hair now,
I'm saying,
and
but
you can and you can buy an erection.
I think two of the worst
But you,
things
like I
now
said,
is
you can
money
still
and
you could
popularity.
buy it, but it doesn't change the reality.
Yeah.
Like it's
Right.
still there. You
Right.
just, I mean,
Right.
How you think Shannon Sharp feeling right by now?
I love Shannon Sharp.
Me and you both.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp.
But
But yeah, man, that sucks. Damn.
I think a lot of that is. I think a lot of times, like, and this is what I hope that I can keep as I get older. I feel like a lot of guys get older and they stop listening. I think they get to a certain level of life where they feel like they've accumulated so many accolades, they've done
Or
so
wisdom,
much,
or-
their wisdom. Like, just because you're older than me doesn't mean that you have that much more knowledge. Because
Correct.
if your
You can still
experience,
learn.
if my experience exceeds your experience, then my knowledge is probably a little bit higher just because I've done more.
and the experience in what world,
Like
as well.
Yeah. So it's like you might have this experience doing a certain thing. Like me and one of my other, he worked for the government for a long time. And I was like, you have that experience. You know how to work for the government. But there's more to life than just knowing how to work for the government.
Yeah.
Like, what have you done
Right.
outside of that?
Your life experience.
You know what I'm saying? And if I've done more than you outside of a specific job, then my knowledge may be a little bit like
More
a
extensive.
little more extensive just because I've done more. You know, it's not just an age thing, how long we've been living more than the next. And I think a lot of times we get to certain ages where we stop listening. We think like I've made $1 million. I have all these different accolades. I'm popular. Everybody knows me. What can somebody tell me now?
Like, you
Yeah.
get a
And
certain
I think
respect.
Shannon Sharp
Yeah.
definitely got to that point.
You know,
Yeah.
I was listening to this thing about Steve Harvey one day. Steve Harvey was saying that these billionaires wanted him to come and speak. And he was just like, he asked one of the guys, he said, y'all got a whole lot more money than I do. Why would you choose me to come speak? They said, because we never been where you been.
Yeah.
You started at the bottom and built your way up. We never been there.
You can describe something that we can't.
So a lot of older people like me, man, I'm 63 years old, but let me say this to you. I don't never, it could be a 12-year-old come talk to me. I'm gonna receive what this person say
right.
because
Listen.
there you go, bro.
You just said it. You said it
There you
earlier.
go.
Listen.
I'm not shutting nobody out because I may be older than you. Hey, with this technology that's going on, I'm a dinosaur with it. So
Right.
if I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna have to learn.
Don't have to learn from
somebody.
somebody. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what. Oh, go ahead.
I got a crazy story that fits right into this. So, before I was cutting hair, I was engineering all over U.S. And I think I was stationed, I think I was in Idaho, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe Oregon. I think it was Oregon. And we were at a site. And I was setting up, and something was going on with one of the antennas. So the tower guys, they climb. And we didn't have any, so we had to call. Old guy shows up. He would probably be a Trump supporter now. He's one of them type of old guys, right? So he's going up, and he ties off one time his harness and stuff, but you're supposed to secure it. So if you fall, even if you would catch, right? And he's not. He put on his what's name, but he didn't secure it.
It's like a safety.
For the safety reason, because anything could happen. You slip anything, it could be bird poop up there, whatever, anything. And it was my job as the site engineer to, hey man, you should do this. And the dude said, I've been doing this for longer than you've been living. I think at the time I was probably like 28, maybe 29. So I've been doing this for longer than you've been living, son. And I was like,
All right.
okay.
Right.
Do you?
Anyway, dude got up there. We think he had a heart attack. Let go, fell, and he bounced. Dead on impact. And prime example.
Prime example.
Prime
yeah.
example, right? It's like you weren't like I wasn't telling
All
you
you had to do
anything
was
wrong.
listen.
All you had to do was listen. And all you had to do it literally is a clamp. It's literally just a that's it. He had it on. He had the thing on.
Pride
He
is
just
the
didn't do
devil.
that. And he got up there and he froze and he fell off.
So
man.
pride
That
before
pride.
the fall.
Yeah,
Literally.
that pride,
Man, before the fall,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So and the people were just sitting there like,
That's
So-
one of those things. Untouchable.
that
He
just
don't
happened.
like people get to certain parts of their life where they just feel like they've accumulated so much. They're just untouchable.
And like you
Nothing
said,
can
like
happen to me.
wanting to be more. I know this more, and it's not even about more.
Not even
It's
about
I
it.
have a different like.
right.
And the thing about it, in your
different-
situation, it's literally what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's not you're telling him something that
Yes.
he needs to, like, it's literally
Yeah.
part of the job.
He's
something
supposed
that
to do
he
it.
has been doing.
I'm supposed to tell him
Yeah, like-
all of the above.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
set of like circumstances in your life that actually like make you good at certain things that like maybe the other person never went through whatever where
Right.
you went through it. You saw somebody fall before or
Right.
have a small accident, so you're like, hey, you might want to do this right now.
Exactly.
And instead you're
Right.
like, I know more than you. I know more. And you're like, just listen to me.
Just listen.
Like
Yeah.
I learned this on day 2 of my job. But like
Right.
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 because I saw this happen.
Correct.
It's not about more.
Because
It's
in
like,
that one particular thing,
yeah.
I now have more experience. Like I've seen
Literally.
somebody fall. You've never, no
You
matter how long you've been
haven't.
doing it, you've never seen it. I know it's possible now. You don't.
Yeah, stop trying to win.
Yeah.
You're
The
just
crazy
here-
Yeah, that's what it is.
Trying to
For
win.
some reason,
Yeah.
you want to win.
You wanna win,
What are you
yeah.
trying to win?
I think that's everybody.
Well, look who he was going up against. A young 28-year-old black
Yeah.
guy.
Black man, yeah.
Right. Facts. And
I'm not gonna listen to you.
That's the problem.
Yes.
Absolutely. If it had been one of my counterparts,
Yes.
he probably would have been like, "Oh, damn, you're right."
Thank
Yes.
you.
Boop.
Thank you.
I
And that's
appreciate that.
crazy. So it's like you find yourself having to like downplay or say something a different way to try to be heard.
Or don't say none at all.
Or don't say anything
But then
at
here's the
all.
problem. If you
Right.
don't say it,
Now
then you
you're
take a
bad.
chance.
But it's gonna be
of-
on me.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if that would happen,
Yeah.
like, hey, why'd you allow that?
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like I tried.
Yeah.
I
what
think
am gonna do?
these are all the reasons why I can't work a 9 to 5.
Same.
Dude, working
Like,
in
you know
corporate
what I'm saying?
America
Working in
is
corporate.
crazy.
I did it.
Red
It was-
tape,
Yeah, it was fun.
I've had that.
playing the
But,
game,
yeah.
maneuvering, and all this stuff, especially trying to get to the top. And man,
I can say they do not want to see us
No.
do well.
No.
Every job I've ever worked, I wasn't hated on by anybody black. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
It seemed like if I was doing a great job, and that was a problem.
I was
Yeah.
talking to one of
Doing
our
too much.
customers that work on the arsenal. And this was around election time. And they had specifically told them, don't be watching the news to see the outcome of the presidential race.
they told them not to.
Not to.
That shit affects work.
So in the break room, somebody had snuck and put the TV on there. So this black girl, she was sitting up there, and at the time, Kamala was winning. And this white dude walked in and spilled some coffee on her, never told us he was sorry or nothing, man, and just walked away. And she was just like, basically like, the TV wasn't supposed to be on to begin with. But for you to have that much doggone animosity,
That hate.
That you would do that to a woman
A woman.
a woman, man.
and not say excuse me,
That's
tough,
why-
man.
that's why
it's
I-
like, what is it within you that
Because
just
you're black first.
yeah, and that's what they want. They want to make sure you always remember
You
that.
always know that.
Like you said with Puff Daddy, that number, the number, they want to make sure you know that number didn't change. Your DNA is still the
Still
same.
the-
Your
still the
skin is
same.
still the same. It's like at all times you must remember that.
But like, but you're still black.
I you know, like I say, I don't agree with what Puff Daddy did, but you got a president got convicted of 34 counts and he's still a president.
Bro, I'm like, bro, y'all can't. Nobody like I done had my troubles, but I'm like, bro, nobody can talk about anybody's criminal history when we allowed a criminal to become the president. Like nobody you can now
A open criminal,
when
he
it
don't
when
even
it
care.
comes to certain criminal like rapists and that, stuff like that, yeah, we'll never condone that. But like
Isn't that what he's-
when people are we literally voted in there. If you go look at the comments of some of these stuff, people literally will argue and try to dumb down his felonies. And I'm like, doesn't matter. He's a felon. No matter how you try to break it down, he's a felon.
Nobody else, no other felons when they're going for a job get to plead their case.
Get to plead their case. No, they
I
I
don't.
say
thought they just
nothing.
have to check the box and
You
they get
check that box,
denied.
bam, it says
But
no
hold on,
felon.
and here's
Bam.
another
Next.
thing. They're not going to have millions of people coming to bat for him either.
Heck nah.
You're a
Like,
felon. There's
No,
a reason why
matter
you
of
check
fact,
that.
the same people that are going back will be the same people that are denying
denying
the others.
him. Like, it's crazy how this world
Yeah.
is just insane. It's
Yeah.
like, and that's
It's
why
a box for a reason.
it's a box for a reason. And it's like I started joining the military, going and working overseas. I started learning that corporate America, like, no matter how hard I work, I was out there, me and my partner, we out there knocking trucks down left and right. We turning over more trucks than everybody out there. It doesn't matter. Like if
you're doing a great
if you
job,
piss
you're a
me off
threat.
tomorrow, you're going home. You know what I mean? Like,
If you do a bad job, if you do a good job, it doesn't matter.
I'm cheating. If I'm doing too many trucks, man, you got to let somebody else do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm doing my part. Like,
I had somebody tell me like, "Hey, so we're going out of town. Don't do your job too well. Don't try to steal my job while I'm gone."
I've heard
That's
that a few
insane.
times.
What?
I've heard that. Don't try to take my job like a few times.
For
in
doing a
different
good
things.
job?
Yeah.
I remember I was over in Germany, Nuremberg, Germany to be exact.
yeah.
And you familiar with Grafenville? Grafenville is a training area where
Training,
you go
yeah.
train and stuff like that. So it was me. I was the only black that was working down there in supply, and it was three white guys, the E7 who was in charge, who I didn't have no respect for. But nevertheless, we done had all day long. Grafenville was probably about 2 hours from where I'm from. And my E7 come to me at the end of the day. I need you to take these parts up to Grafenville. I'm pissed off, but I'm trying to finesse the thing. I said, well, man, why don't you call Top Williams up there and ask him to let me use that Volkswagen van? You know, it's got heat, a little fast. I can get up there and get back. He pretended like he called Top Williams, asked him to let me use the van. He said, Top Williams said, no. Me being me, I go right behind his back. I go up there. I said, hey, Top. No. He said, what you need? I said, man, can I drive that van, man? I got to go to Grafenville. This time of day? Yeah, I got to go to Grafenville. He said, my only requirements is you just top it back off when you come back. I made it my business. I get the van, I pull up down there where I work at.
Right.
And my dude asked me, my E7 asked me, how did you get it? I said, I asked him, and you didn't. Caught him in the lie. From that day on, the respect is
Right.
out the
It's
door.
out the door. Yeah.
They be
Out the
mad
door.
at you when you call them out.
Yeah,
though.
it's right. Yes. Yes.
That was another thing I got out the military too. Like, a lot of times in the military, you got people who never had anything going for themselves. It's almost like we talk about cops.
Okay, got
Like
you.
you get you get a badge and now you just
got a
have
little
this.
ranking to you.
Yeah. And so a lot of these guys go to the military and they bootlick, brown nose, do what they got to do, get up to that E6, E7 mark, and you know, once you get E7, you locked in.
Okay.
It takes acts of Congress to get you up out of there.
Okay.
So that goes to a lot of these guys' head. And mind you, outside of that uniform, they're nobody.
Right.
They
You got
go
nothing else
home,
going.
the kids don't respect them, the
Right.
wife don't respect them,
Right.
the family don't respect them,
Right.
neighborhood don't respect them.
Yeah.
So when they come to work,
Yeah, this is
They
where
got
I'm
flex.
somebody.
this is
Yeah.
where I'm somebody. And I never forget, we cool now, but one of my E6s, man, we were having this conversation. I said, bruh, why do you simply think I'm supposed to respect you because you outrank me? He was like, because I earned this rank. And I was like, but at the end of the day, outside of this,
what kind of man are you?
what kind of man? Like,
Right.
what does this matter? I'm like, right now we're in Iraq. But when we go back to Alabama and I see you outside of that uniform, are you going to talk to me the same
You
way?
still gonna be just a man
You know what I'm
standing in front of
saying?
another
Yeah.
man. What happens?
But I'm asking, are you going to give me the same, because we're in this controlled environment.
Right.
You know I can't really do it. I feel great, Article 15. If I put my hands on you, if I say the wrong thing, you know what I'm saying, I get an Article 15, lose my money. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something I want to do
Right.
in a combat zone. I'm making a lot of money.
Right.
So I'm like, we get back to the United States, are you going to give me this same energy? Yeah. Bro, we got back to the United States. I was at the grocery store, and I saw, mind you, me and this man hated each other overseas. Like,
Right.
we never got along.
Right.
Saw him in the grocery store. What up, Lee?
You had to.
Switch it up.
Hey, Lee,
I mean, he had to at that
You
point.
had to.
this is one of my customers asked me this day. One day he said, "How did you turn a vagina into a penis?" Give him a gun and a badge.
Oh.
You know what? The same. Like,
I have so many spinoffs of that I have to keep to myself.
But it's like, man, I think a lot of times, man, they have to start doing real big time psyche evaluations, because if you put people in these positions who've never, I think, like, there has to be a plethora of things they add to the job. Like, if you've never been in control of anything, if you've never been in charge of anything, man, you put these type of people in positions like that, being a cop, being a E7, E6, but like, you get these guys that come out of college and they got these degrees, so they become lieutenants and captains and stuff like that, but they've never ever had to be in charge or never ran anything. Man, these guys, I'm a captain. You do what I say because I'm a captain.
Man, listen,
That's what his
And
life's
I'm
about.
like, bro, what the, like, you're telling me to do the wrong thing. Like,
and they come home too.
Oh, my
with
God.
that same
you a
authority,
civilian.
thinking, but thinking that they have
Shit's
that
crazy.
same
Yeah.
like power over their like household, and they're not demonstrating any type of
Leadership.
The worst
leadership
part
or any of
is
that
coming
stuff.
back to the United States, going to work and working for somebody who was military. Because they run their civilian job
like
as if-
military,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And-
dude,
and relationships,
we're
too.
not soldiers
Yeah.
anymore,
Because
bro.
I know people who have come out and they're trying to run their their families
Yep.
like they're in the military still.
shit don't
Which I'm
work.
not saying some elements of that is not good. 'cause
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, some.
The structure.
The structure,
But, like-
But you gotta understand the difference.
Yeah.
They don't realize they're institutionalized.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they don't even know it.
Yes.
It's almost like going to prison.
Right.
It's the same
Yes.
concept.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, same concept. You in fences
Man.
all the time. Like, I told people, they was like, how was it like in Afghanistan? Like prison. I was like, I haven't been to prison before, but I damn sure don't want to go
Right.
if it's anything
Like
like
that,
that.
yeah.
Right.
We're in fences all the time. We can only go outside when they tell us to. We have to eat this DFAT food, which is pretty good food sometimes, but then sometimes we have to eat this food out of a damn canteen
Right.
patch.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm staying in a 10x10 Connex.
Man.
You know what I mean? With the restrooms are half a mile away. I gotta walk out my room, put on the full clothes to go to the restroom. I was like, bro, it's prison.
That's literally
sounds like-
Verizon Wireless.
It sounds like Boy Scouts to me.
Yeah,
I grew up in Boy Scouts. Is what it sounds like.
That was Verizon
it's Boy
Wireless.
Scouts,
Had to
but
clock
it's
in, had to
it's
leave.
literally
That's literally
That-
like
Ver-
prison.
Not to hate on anybody that works at
It's the
Verizon.
pipeline.
I'm not gonna lie. I've worked many jobs, many careers in my lifetime. I think the worst job I've ever had was Verizon Wireless, because
Same.
I remember
every
when you worked at Verizon. too.
moment
What's that counted for?
you had to be accounted for.
Yeah.
Like
when
when
you adherence is what they call it, adherence.
Adherence, there you go.
And you had, if I need to go to the restroom, I gotta do
Sign
this,
off the
do that,
phone.
sign off the phone, do this, put it down.
And not too long.
X
'cause
amount of
it'll-
time. They're keeping
it'll
up
let
with
them
it.
know. It'll
They have
alert
this thing
them.
called the matrix,
Yes.
where if I went to the restroom at this amount of time, I'm gonna start to go from green, it goes to orange, it
Yep.
starts going to red.
Yep.
And I have to go back and I have to do X amount of calls in a row to get back up to orange, to
Yep.
go back up to green.
Yeah,
and
that's-
they're,
between,
and they're
yes.
scrutinizing the calls.
Yes.
How you say, not just what you say, how you say what you say, when
In
you
what
say
order,
it.
in what
In the
order.
order, yes. When you say it.
Yeah, I would have quit.
And then look,
That's
after
why it
all
makes
that-
those
yes,
people have the breakdowns.
It
And
does.
it's the other thing. It's way worse for women.
It is.
And the women really be going through it, and that's why they get FMLA and stuff like
Yes,
that, because
I
they
was one
really
of
be
them.
having mental breakdowns. And
It
I was
is.
at first when we first started there.
It was a joke at
They would
first.
always say, every team I went to, they'd be like, "Well, you really have X amount of people, but she's on FMLA. She's on FMLA. I'm like, I'm really laughing like everything.
How?
All these women always on FMLA until you start getting on them damn phones. And it's like, nigga, I need FMLA, but I don't really want to give it. They don't want to give it to the guys though, but they don't want to give it to the guys. But yeah, but you will have mental breakdown because imagine having to do this way, and you can't deviate from that at all, right? And you got to. Then 5 minutes later, you do it this way. And if you don't, they're coming out, hey, could you come to my office for a second?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, see, you said it, but the
you didn't
emphasis
say,
on it. And I need you to ask for that sale. But he started in the beginning of the call and said he don't want to buy anything. He just want me to handle this problem. Yeah, but, it's in the script. I need you to still ask him. I'm like, he going to go fucking crazy on me. Like,
so then when you're like, oh, my gosh, I just need a minute. Let me just take a break in between these calls. 2 minutes.
Yes.
They're like, you're taking too many breaks in between calls.
You know my brother? You know Vince?
Yeah.
So we started there together. He the most chill, relaxed dude ever. Like just laid back type dude. Nothing bothers him. He got fired. He took his thing off, slung it into the damn computer. Yeah. It was because whenever people get fired, they send these guys up. They walk them out. All you're all embarrassed. He's 6'9", right? So they came and got me. They're like, hey Will, tell your brother, he's not fired or anything, but he just has to go home for the day, and then we'll let you know what's going on tomorrow.
They were scared.
I walked in there, bro. I was like, hey, bro, you got to go. You out of here. You're not coming back. They scared to tell him no, but he went crazy.
Because they have to be that way because there's been shootings.
Oh, for real?
Yes. And then that's why the whole buildings were secure like that.
It was like a fort.
Like it literally was,
like a fort.
You had to have a key scan in.
You go to the front, the people at the little kiosk thingy outside, you scan in there, they let it in, then you go up to the building.
Yeah, that's to get in the parking lot.
That's to get into the parking lot, right?
Is this prison?
Yes.
That's why I said it's
while
like
you're there, it's like work release. It's like work release.
That's why I question these people that continually go back to prison. I remember that Saturday, when it was my time to come home, I'm in the bed because I didn't go to bed that night about 2. I'm in the bed asleep. So they coming up to me, they telling me, hey, man, your folks out there waiting on you. So one of the officers said, well, we don't see nothing, saying that you're going to be released today. So the lieutenant that was in charge called me down there. He's like, hey, Russell, I'm walking down to the warden's office right now to get your papers, man. Go change clothes. You ready to go. As I was walking out that day after I changed clothes, he said, hey, Russell, do me a favor. Don't ever come back to prison. I said, I want it as an inmate. I always want to come back and talk to these people to motivate them.
Yeah.
So when I came home, we sat down with the sheriff. I hope he hear this. We sat down with the sheriff, and I come up with this thing. I said, hey, man, a couple more guys, allow us to come into the county jail, man, and mentor to these people, man, to keep these people from coming back. He supposed to got back with me. That's probably been 5 or 6 years ago. Never got back with me. But I had to look at the dynamics of it. They don't want people to stop coming.
Yeah, no,
they won't have a job.
They won't have a job.
You won't have a job. Yeah, business is booming.
The people are their customer, their product.
Man, when Chris went to jail and I found out how much money they was making for every day he was in there.
Every day from the state.
It's like $180 a day that they make while he's in there. For each prisoner, for each person in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm like,
so why would I not
3,000 people in here, $180
and it's an X amount of time per day.
A day?
Yeah.
Like it's.
Now think about this. I don't mean to cut you off, Lee, but think about this. Let's go 4 states over, be it Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, or Mississippi. All these people got legalized gambling, all right? And let's go a step further, legalize marijuana. That would downsize your prison population to where you would have more resources, better infrastructure, all this type of stuff.
Right.
But you want to live on the fact of being hard, this is a good place to come and retire, which I ain't knocking that. But at the end of the day, your population, when I was in there, the prison system was built for like 16,000. You had over 32,000 people incarcerated.
Wait, say it again.
Animals.
It was built for 16,000 people at the time.
Over double.
30-some thousand people. So the federal government was always, threatening about shutting them down.
Right.
All you got to do is cut the money off because y'all the one that pay them to house these
Right,
people.
right,
Cut
right.
the money off. But it ain't nothing but what it is today is modern day slavery.
Yeah. Because they get them to work. I didn't know there's programs where they leave every day.
Yeah.
They will go to McDonald's and work regular
they
jobs.
get paid for it.
And they get like pennies.
McDonald's,
for
the
that.
hotel people, all those types of jobs.
I didn't know they were inmates. Like they got to go back to jail at night and go back to sleep. And then they go work.
I learned
they
about
don't
that
have
from-
a choice.
Let me say
Like,
something on that. I think it was last year. The state of Alabama made off of the work release inmates. They made like $400 and some million.
It's crazy,
All
yeah.
right? Now, you can go out into the community every day and work, but you go up for parole, they set you off for 5 years, say you're not ready for
And that's what I'm
society.
saying. That's the
That's
scam.
crazy.
They won't even do your parole.
They won't let you out.
But you're
'cause
in the
you're making
world
money for them.
every day.
I mean, who don't want to get paid for not working?
I mean, it's slavery.
But the
It is,
revolving door of it is, man, if you set these people free. Now, what I got a problem with, I ain't, and it may be because I was involved, but my biggest thing is the sex offenders. And when I was locked up, when you leave the county jail in the state of Alabama, you go to Kill, but that's the in-processing place down in Montgomery.
Okay.
So I get there, this old white guy, man, probably was 70-something years old then. But nevertheless, you know, he was drawing stuff. He bring it around. You know, I was check it out. We talked. So he was telling me, he was like, man, when I get out, he stayed in between Coleman and Birmingham. He was just like, man, when I get out, I want you to come down there to my church and, you know, be a deacon, help me out, this and other. So this other black guy, he wanted to drive a truck. So he was just like, man, it's crazy. You said that I got a truck, man. You can drive it, this, that, and the other. I'll put you in the game. Had my man hopes all up. So one day, one of the other white guys come to me. He's like, man, I'm so mad at dude, this and that. I'm like, what you mad at him for? He said, man, they finna let him go. Because he had a medical condition. I said, man, that was God doing that for him. He said, man, they gonna let that child molester out? And it changed my whole mindset because he was telling me in the beginning he was in prison because his son had committed a robbery and he took the fall for it. So I'm kind of like lured in. I'm like,
Right.
as old as you is, you took a fall for your son?
Right.
But when my man said that, I said,
It
what?
make more sense.
Make more sense. I said, what? Just so happened after me and my man got through talking, he come over there to my bed and he was showing. I said, man, get away from my bed.
Nah, for real.
I said, man, get away from me. What'd I do? I said, you lied to me. You in here for child pornography and you telling me you was in here for your son? Man, I'm afraid for my life, man. Well, why you do it? But you were finna let him go. And I got a partner of mine just got out, man, just did 20 years, first time ever being in trouble, graduated from college, good dude. In 2005, he did 4 years in the Fed and went to the state. The state picked his case up and gave that man life without for drugs.
Damn.
He got blessed. He at home now. Next month will be a year.
Huh?
But I look at the difference is, you know, you do most of your research on crimes that black people do. And you know, a lot of black people selling drugs. I don't take that, you know, like you shouldn't be punished. But what I say is, if you would spread the resources around equally
Would you be doing it?
and give jobs out like you should, it wouldn't be that way.
Right. Right.
But you take all your resources and you put them wherever you want to divvy them
Right.
out at, and you leave us over here, you know, like,
No resources. Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
And they used to always preach that everybody got the same opportunities. And I used to
Come
be,
on.
I was
Used
fooled
to-
enough to
used
believe
to
it.
think
for-
that at first, yeah, when
and
you were
I'm like,
younger.
you know what? No, the
Right.
hell we don't.
No.
Even now in the positions we're in, it's crazy because when I came back from Afghanistan, I went to Memphis didn't want to stay in Huntsville. So I went, applied for a job called at Smucker's. They had just opened up a big place, and I did supply too. It was a coordinator position, and went through the whole process, man, and got there. Dude gonna tell them, and when they called me back, it was like, oh, we're not gonna offer you the position. I'm like, bro, y'all was praising me the whole time in there. Like, what's going on? Motherfucker told him, I said, that bodybuilding was my life and bodybuilding was more important than my job.
Sound like something you'll say.
I would never say that to a job. So it's just like, when I got back, I was like, bro, this ain't for me, bro. Like, no matter how good I am, no matter what my resume says, like, it's controlled. I'm going to always be controlled. It's going to be, you know, always up to somebody to determine whether I can go or whether I can't go.
Hey,
and
Lee,
I was like, fuck this.
I got a partner, man, got a successful business right here in Huntsville. He went to Calhoun, got a graphic art degree, man.
Nice.
So his mindset was always on being a business owner. So he let somebody he talked to that he knew that worked at NASA kind of like, hey, man, they got an opening in your field, man. You come out here. Gave him all the benefits of the job. He was like, if, you know, just say, for instance, you got a 40-hour project. you finish it in 35, you're going to still get paid for the 40, and the other, you do what you want to. He hype. He go out there, he apply for the job, he show him his degree. It was only 2 candidates for the job, him and a white girl. White girl had no degree or nothing. Well, the guy that was had pretty much told me about it, he was honest about it. He said, it's only 2 people applying for your job, you and this girl. The girl don't have a degree, but guess what she got up on you? Her daddy know the person that doing it.
Nepotism.
That's it,
there you
bruh.
go.
Who got the job?
She did. I lost a bodybuilding competition one time because the guy, they had me online and it's number 1. They had us side by side. You going on the NPC line, they like, oh, this guy Ken is going, it's definitely, he took it. End up coming in second place, find out the damn guy that I was going against was best friends with the judge's son.
Was that in Florida?
Yes.
I
when
went
you came
to
to Florida.
Bruh.
When you came.
If you would have seen the differences in these 2 guys, it was no way. It's literally like looking at a bodybuilder and a regular guy. So you just know this is the
were
win.
like,
Like
it's 'cause I'm
everybody
black.
in the audience is like looking like that guy's amazing. That guy, that's it. And then they were like, they brought the trophy and they handed to that dude. Everybody literally, not just us, his friends, everybody in the audience is like this.
The hell?
We think they said the wrong thing. Everybody's like, we talking to people we don't know, like, did they say that guy's name?
Nah, I kind of kept my composure in the beginning, but it's when I got downstairs, I was pissed. And the dude, because what pissed me off is dude came to me like on some like good job,
Yeah,
like
right,
he really
right. Like he earned it.
like he earned it. And then the one of the other judges came to me and was like, "Hey man, this was a little political. I'm gonna be real with you. Like he's best friends with the head judge's son." So I was like, fast forward to where I did the one here. The guy beat me simply because they had seen him more than they saw me. He didn't look better. This man actually came to me after the thing, was like, bro, I don't know how I beat you. But they said that because it was my first competition, they just couldn't let me come on stage and win. I'm like, what the fuck is, like, what is the...
You can't just walk out here and do
what's
that
the point in
because it's
doing
you.
it then? Like, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. When I went to Florida and saw that happen, I was actually thinking about starting to compete. And when that happened to you, I shut it down.
Shut down. Yeah, it makes you not
I
want to do
will
this shit.
compete, but I'm not going to compete against politics.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't-
hard.
I can't beat
Yeah,
it.
It's not fair.
it's hard.
It's not. It doesn't make any sense, right? So I was like, if it's just straight up me versus you, let's do that.
Let's do
But
it.
it's me versus you and the refs and your family.
And see, you'd like to think that, like, okay, it's not to make everything about struggle and race and this, but shit is what it is.
It's
like
everything,
it's in
bruh.
everything.
I just said this the other
bruh.
day.
It's in everything.
It's a shame, but because they
It's
and
in
they hate to hear us
everything.
say it. They're like,
Yeah.
these people always complaining because it's always there.
because it's always there.
It's
It,
built
just
into
because
the
if I
system.
always say it and it's always there doesn't mean I'm wrong. Just because there's nothing wrong with me saying it. That's what I'm saying. If it's true,
And this is
Have y'all tried to fact check what we're saying?
Right.
right, go look it up. It's there.
I had to talk to one of my coaches about this too. I was like, I could understand if we were people who were still poverty stricken, like we didn't have nothing, we weren't smart, we didn't have any accolades, like
And never
well,
attempted to do better.
Well, we actually are people who have accomplished a lot in life, and we still have this story.
Right.
So if I'm telling you, yeah, I've accomplished a lot, but guess what? I had to work 10 times harder than the next person
Every
to do
time.
it. I just didn't quit.
Every
you know
time.
what they're gonna say? Well, everybody should be like you then and just not quit. No, everybody shouldn't have to work 10 times as hard. Like,
Everyone should
like
just
we
be
shouldn't.
equal
We should be
opportunity.
equal enough to get
Bruh,
the
they
same
got
opportunity.
completely different lenses though, because I'm watching a person sit in the car and the cop bust the window out, drag him out, and beat his ass down. And I'm like, damn, that's messed up. And I look at the comments, and everybody that's not like us says
He
didn't
did
comply.
comply. He didn't comply. Yeah.
Well, I seen situations where
They did
they
complain.
have guns in the car.
yeah.
And case in point, I was watching this one day where they pulled this couple over, and it was a female police officer and a male, and the guy literally, they was on the ground, they was tussling. He took the gun and jumped in their vehicle and drove off. And
Yeah.
then-
And
I
no one-
seen it.
and then
No
fired
one
a shot.
fired.
He
He
fired a
Yeah.
shot.
the mess out of 2 police officers on
He
that
fired a
video.
shot.
Did not fire a shot. I'm talking about beating a woman too and the man. And the woman had, I
Exactly.
think, a club or something, one of them sticks.
There you go. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like, what is that dude on? But he took the car and left and no one shot.
But
Well,
this,
they would have lit that car up and would have.
but this man sat up there with his cell phone. You know, I thought it was a gun.
That should be crazy.
Kids, they're shooting kids.
They go by what I tell you earlier, man. They putting people in these positions that, like, they aren't really qualified, not just accolade-wise and credential-wise, mental-wise. Like, a lot of these, bro,
That's the most important thing.
It's the
right
most
there.
important. They're not doing true background checks mentally. They're not giving these. And some of these, when I came back from Iraq, we went to the Yellow Ribbon thing. It was in Orlando, where they come back, they do all these psych evaluations to see if you're able to go back into the regular world. And I'm like, it was so extensive. It was crazy. Like, they was asking so many questions, going through, like, they'll even go as far as, if you have certain issues, put you through, go scan your brain and do all this stuff. Wow. And I'm like, why aren't they doing this type of stuff for, like, police
You
officers?
don't think they're doing it. Maybe they are.
They're doing it. It's what they want. They might be doing it. It's like, hey, he passed.
He passed. Yeah, that's crazy. But I'm like, in reality, they're not. Because some of the guys that I know that are cops, I'm like, case in point, a dude I was in the Army with. This dude was scared. But every time we went out the wire, he would be terrified. I'm talking about visibly, like, shaking, like, everything. Come back over here and become a cop. And I'm like, who gave you a goddamn gun in a badge and said that you were qualified to become a cop? Now, he's not a cop now. He didn't cut it. But I'm like, how did they even allow you? The type of person that will accidentally, you will shoot somebody because you're scared. You know what I'm saying? If me and you run into each other in a dark alley, you're going to shoot me because you just physically and mentally aren't capable of doing that job. So how did you get that badge? They not really, like, they're not really making sure these folks are qualified like they should be. Like,
I would love to be able to go to the academy. When I came home from the military, I applied for a state trooper job and a correction officer job. I had to go to Decatur High School and take the test. I passed both of them. Because the correction officer was in more demand of people, I wound up going to Selma for like 3 months, man. And the day before graduation, I quit. And they take you on 2 prison tours. And when they take you on the prison tours, there was a lot of people that was incarcerated that I knew. So my instructor told me, man, if I was you, I'd buy out.
You don't want to be that shit, yeah.
They're going to be trying to get you to bring stuff in. You're going to wind up, getting messed up.
Contraband.
But the mentality of it is, it's us against the world. Us against the world.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this thing, and this happened up in D.C., Maryland, one of them spots. But anyway, this black guy supposedly broke in this white police officer's house, and they got the dude, and they was taking him to the jail, and one of the other officers called the guy and let him know. So they wound up beating the crap about the dude. But the one guy that was kind of new to the job was thinking that this is the way we're going to serve and protect. He ratted him out. As they would call it, blackball. They blackballed the man out. He wound up losing his job. Every other police station, police department he went to get a job couldn't get down because he didn't go along with the system.
Yeah.
And my question would be, the reason I would love to go to some of these academies is to ask these people, by a show of hand, let's just be honest, how many of y'all prejudiced? And if don't nobody raise their hand, quit lying. You prejudiced.
Right.
Just let's be honest. But how many of y'all are willing to take this job to serve everybody and not just protect one body and serve some other people? And that just be the mindset. We'll protect these people on this end of town, but we'll serve these people on this end of town.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the number where we make up 30 or 40%. How is it 90% of us in prison?
Bro, them numbers don't even make sense. Like when they say, oh, you make up 14% of the
whole population,
but commit 50+% of the crime. That means damn near every last one of us are criminals. And that's just not really realistic. Like we have a lot of us that are outside of the prison system. So like those numbers, show me the math on that. Show me the breakdown, because that math ain't mathing to me.
The best ones are when you see the side-by-sides of one of us and a person of a different race, and same exact crime, same exact age and everything, and the sentence.
The sentence is insane.
There's so many instances.
This motherfucker go
probation, life.
Yeah.
But the statistics are across every area of our lives.
Everything.
Like
it's in our face everywhere.
Every single education, healthcare, in the banking industry, like every place that we do business or try to live, those stats are just.
Well, it's just like one night, this customer that works on the arsenal came in, and the guy that used to cut hair next to us, he had a little Porsche, and she had a Porsche. So she was asking me, Was that my Porsche? I said, no, I'm gonna go get my boy. So I go get my boy next door, and as they standing out there talking, she was bragging about this nail shop over here on Master Lake, or the owner having one. And I said, she gonna always have one because y'all take your business to her. And you won't go to your people. You'll find every excuse not to go hit Erica or somebody else.
To Erica.
But here's the deal. What do they bring back to our community?
Look, like you remember Mr. Mike across the street from Mike and Bill's? We all like Mr. Mike and stuff like that, right? He's a cool cat, whatever. But I would look at those situations like that and think about that, though, for real. Like, the black people come in there, they get into it with them all the time behind the counter, they angry. But you keep coming back. You don't have to go to the store.
Right.
So if you don't like him, you think he's doing you wrong or he charging his price too high, why you come here every day, all day, repeatedly?
Because we lazy
And
it's
there's more.
convenient.
But there's another gas station you go walking distance right up the street too. Though. There's a Waffle Hole right up there. But them same people,
Do we just like to complain?
I don't
We
know.
do.
It's a trauma bond. For real.
Because I mean, I noticed that with people, and that's what irritates me. I don't like when people just stay
So you
complaining
gonna say the same thing every day and do the same thing every day, right?
every day.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we seen it. But to the bigger picture, though, you're right though. Like I try not to be racist. That's about our prejudice, right? I try not to, but it's just since it's on us so much, it's almost hard not to be. But I've always wondered, like, why don't we have those things in our own community? And it's almost like it ain't like it is what it is. Those systems were set up on purpose to keep the money out of our pocket.
Right.
So it's like when you go to a different place, like if you go to like New York and stuff, the Italians have the fire departments, right? Or the Chinese people got their own stuff, little China, and everybody
they
has their
still
own
work
thing.
within their own community.
Everybody has communities to do and circulate their money. We don't have that nowhere.
have that nowhere.
And they've literally set up systems
literally got
to
the
take
projects.
out of ours.
Yeah.
But it's like, but if we can, it's plain to see. So why can't we do nothing about it?
I think we're getting there. I see some changes.
Well, there's a gas. Someone just told us there's a black gas station on Pulaski. I just learned about.
Yeah.
that.
It's almost like, why
It's
are we
so
going
hard.
any other
Yeah.
place?
My homeboy.
They
My
got
homeboy.
good food.
I just learned about. You told me
Where's
about
it
that
at?
yesterday.
Where is it?
My home,
Pulaski, right by home, the one by Home Depot.
right in behind Home Depot.
Yes.
Oh, right here.
FX, my homeboy.
Where the Starbucks is?
No, behind it. You know,
Go there.
You're on University. You turn left on Pulaski Pike.
Pulaski.
Oh,
Right
okay.
before you get to the
Right
parkway.
before you get to the Home Depot and the gym.
It's
Planet Fitness,
literally you come up. It's right there off to the right.
you turn left. It's the only gas station to the right.
and then he got
Like,
another out here on 53. Shout out to my homeboy, man. He from Norwood. He doing real good for himself.
Another
man.
gas station.
So we don't need to
Where?
go to any
Oh,
other
no.
gas
Like, I
station.
literally,
Like,
if I'm on that side of town, I don't go to the.
Hold
because I
on.
used to stop
I'm
at the,
trying to get another one. He said he has another one.
Got one on 53. That was his first one out here on 53. And right behind that, he got some duplexes, man. He doing big. He doing it
okay,
big.
yeah.
And,
So it's the same guy
same guy.
Okay.
Same guy.
I go to that gas station every time I'm on that side.
on 53.
No, the one right there on Pulaski.
No, Pulaski. Okay.
And I'm shouting out to everybody to go, man, because he spread his love through the community too, man.
Okay.
Now, like right now, he live in Washington because he got like a government contract up there.
Okay.
And as soon as his government contract up, he coming back here.
Okay.
He done opened the door. Over here on Pulaski, and like I said, out here on 53, man.
So we need to have him on the
So the
podcast.
FX on Pulaski Pike. If you're in Huntsville, this black-owned gas station.
I'm gonna put him in the game with Will so he'll be
Yeah.
on.
Ain't
Yeah,
gonna
put
lie.
him on
Yeah.
the podcast.
The
Yeah,
Let
for
food,
sure.
the
people
food
know.
in
I
there
got
good
you.
too.
Don't
For
worry, I
sure.
got
Oh
you,
yeah,
man.
that's what we were talking about. That's
The
how I
food
came
in
up.
there good, too.
We're talking about gas station foods. I was
Find
telling
me
about
some
the
gas
one
station.
off.
We need to do a tour of that.
What was it? I was talking about the one off Meridian. The Africans out there, right? They got some really good food. And he was telling me, oh, there's a black owned one off, and I was like, wait, what? Gas station? Excuse me. Yeah. So that's how.
Well, they
yeah.
got cakes. They
All
got
right,
pies up in there.
September. Let's do a tour
Of the gas.
of the gas station food.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, when we get through, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna put you in the game with him, man.
Okay.
My homeboy, for real. And man, he doing some big things in Huntsville, man. Like I said, he got a couple of duplexes.
Okay.
Over here on Blue Spring, man, he finna open up an event center. Oh, he doing
He
it, man.
doing it.
Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put you in the
yes.
game with him,
We
man.
need-
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Networking for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Because when he first before he opened up, he tried to give us a spot inside of there. Wanted G's to come in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he wanted us to do that, man. But he wound up getting some more people. But got a lot of love for him.
Yeah.
And like I say, man, game over. I'm gonna put him in the game. I'm gonna put you in the game with him.
Yes.
He will be more than happy to come on this
Yes,
show, man.
let's do it because we just want to talk this business with him. Like,
Business,
Alex, I was going to ask you too, though. Speaking of business, we're on it before we go. If you knew of some aspiring young man, if there was aspiring young people that were wanting to get into business, is there anything you could tell them, or what would you tell them if they're thinking about maybe doing a restaurant or something that you've done before?
Remember, man, with every blessing come burdens. Every blessing has burdens. And the road is not going to be paved gold for you, man. If you believe in what you believe in and you good at what you, just stay the course. Stay the course. Don't deviate from what you got going on, man. Get in the struggle with good people that's going to motivate you and not tell you that it won't work. I remember, I'm glad you asked that question, Will. I remember when we first got started, man, before we opened the door, I went around to a couple of friends, man, that I thought was friends, and I was telling them about what we was about to do. They found every reason in the world that it wouldn't work.
Man.
29 years later.
Yeah.
29 years later, right?
And guess what them haters, guess where they at now?
Where?
Still working for
The
somebody
same
else.
Of
place
course,
they were
the
at.
same place.
Somebody
Yeah.
else.
And he's right. I've had that experience where like they'll give you every reason not to be a
Yeah.
part of it, and really they just don't want to.
Yeah.
I think
That's in their character. They don't want to work.
some I'm learning as I get older, too. Stop telling people what you're doing.
Man, sometimes you got to move in silence.
Sometimes you just
got to pop out and show niggas.
It could be your
Literally.
brothers, your sisters, friends.
Anyone, yes.
If you know, because a lot of times we know that our friends and our people got hateful spirits. We just,
Yeah.
they not gonna do it to us.
Yeah.
You're
You know what I
hopeful,
mean? You're
yeah.
hopeful, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of times, man, stop telling people because it's easy for somebody to tell you, hey, that ain't a good idea, and then you start doubting yourself, second guessing yourself, being complacent. Then it messes up your routine. So
You should never tell somebody like that's not a good idea unless you can tell them
why?
how to get around. it.
Right,
Which-
right.
And
yeah,
it-
exactly.
What you
Or
just say, though?
Explain.
What you just say. Don't show them your plan, show them your progress.
Show them the progress.
Yeah.
Show them the end result.
There you go.
Because a lot of times it sucks to tell them in the beginning, and then the whole time you going through it, you got them in your ear. Man, it ain't gonna work. It ain't.
And they
gonna
don't
work.
even
It ain't.
say it so obviously like that. Like it's not gonna work. They have little side ways of throwing shade.
You go over here and be like, I heard.
Oh,
his
oh,
little
yeah, they
little
told me.
business. Guy
Yeah.
ain't trying to do his little like, man, I got
Or so and so said, why are you not speaking on my behalf?
just invite them to the opening. Yeah, and you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Like that's it.
Let it speak for itself.
Let it speak for itself.
Facts.
True.
If they come.
There
They
you go.
probably won't come.
Remember, though, misery loves company. And I remember I was listening to Charles Barkley say when he first got to the NBA, he was playing, he pulling up in all these different cars. Said Dr. J pulled him to the side one day. How many cars can you drive at one time? One? Okay. This lavish lifestyle that you living now, don't you want to live the same lifestyle that's 50, 60 years old? Start investing your money. And that's the key. Like I say, we go out here and we buying clothes, cars, gold, and all this stuff. Hey, I ain't knocking what you do. But what we doing, we letting these Mexicans come over here, they buying all the properties.
Man.
They buying all the properties.
And the
And
businesses.
obtaining the businesses.
Obtain
Yes.
the business.
businesses,
So
man.
check this. Somewhere down the road, and a lot of them feel the same way about us as the other people do. So guess what? They can deny you, if they own these apartment complexes or whatever the case may be, they can deny you access to it. But if you stop spending that money on this stuff right here, and
They don't have an
invest
apartment
it,
complex.
you own the apartment
You
complex.
own it. You have your own. Correct.
And the way Huntsville is growing now, man, the prices are going up every day.
Man,
Right.
what?
And you know, just like I say, a lot of times when I'm going feed the homeless, I'm seeing more and more young people out there that look like
Man,
us,
oh
man. that
my
never
You
God.
just said that like last.
It's hurtful, bro. Like, and I'm
that's
not
hurt.
really an emotional person, bro. But I promise you, like, I just fed somebody the other day, and I asked him. I typically don't ask ages because I don't. Bro was 23 years old, homeless. No, my mom, my brothers, sisters, cousins, don't nobody want to help me, and I'm like, I want to ask a lot of questions, but then I don't want to get
Yeah.
too,
Yeah, right. I'm
know,
gonna get too personal.
too personal.
And I
You know what I'm
wanna,
saying?
Keep
Yeah.
them some dignity.
And I feel like sometimes you can kind of make them feel bad
Yeah.
if you're doing
Yeah,
too much.
correct.
A little condescending a little
Yeah,
bit.
so
Correct.
I'm like, man, I'm just keep your head up, bro. You're gonna be good. You know, it's gonna come back to you. Just keep a good heart, do everything right. He was like, man, I'm trying to find a job. I'm like, hey, man, go check this out, get on this right here, get on that. And I gave him some food, but it's like, man,
you don't feel like you can't really affect the situation.
Yeah,
wanna do
because
more,
Yeah.
you want to do more.
You want to, but what can you do?
What
But
can
then you ask
do?
your question, what are you doing for yourself? You know,
Yeah.
it's like a lot of times I go out there, you
Yeah.
know, me and you talked about this, and I'm just waiting on my trademark to get back. But like on the back of this shirt, you know, I got a clothing line called One Up. And what it stands for, overcoming adversity, circumstances, obstacles, and situations. And, you know, you could be on drugs. You overcame drugs. Now you're a honorable person in society. You could have went to prison. You didn't repeat that, you know, so you went up. So a lot of time when I'm out there feeding them, I had it on. And I remember this one day, man, we was out there feeding, me and my brother, and we had the shirt on. This white girl walked up and she was reading it. She was like, wow. I said, you went up. And just the expression on her face, the way it changed, like, nobody ever invested this in me to tell me these things. You know, you could have been came from an abusive relationship and that person always brought you down. It don't take with this much inspiration to lift a person up, man.
No,
Because it could be worse.
And it can
Good
change
Lord.
their whole life.
whole life.
Well, sometimes you don't know. I got an example. Back to that gas station on off Meridian. I was in there one time. This is probably like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. And it was early in the morning. No, this is a few months ago because it was cool. And I went there to get some food in the bag. And I'm in back there ordering the food, and a guy comes up, and they start serving him. As she was asking my stuff, but they just start fixing his stuff or whatever. I guess I'm thinking this is a regular, but I look up, and I know Buddy. He's my age. Used to hoop all the time. And dude is wearing sweats, lots of sweats, like clothes on top of clothes. He has socks on his hands, and he has socks on his feet, and he has shoes tied around his neck. So I can tell dude stayed outside last night, right? And like, yo, what's up, dude? He was like, dang, man, long time no see. So we just, pound, because he got literally socks all over his hands. We pound. And we don't really say much because the situation is awkward in this moment, right? And they hand him his biscuit or whatever. I guess they do it for him all the time. I could tell and they hand it to him, and then he's to them, and he walks out. Now, I'm not very sentimental either, right? But this moment has me. I'm choked. I get in the car, and the worst thing happens. DMX, I'm slipping and falling, can't get up, comes on.
Oh, wow.
Bro,
You talk about
Whoa.
in that moment, bro, I was like, how did he get there?
Yeah.
That's all I could think of, because he was a normal dude and a very clean dude. So I don't know how much money, but he
Right.
dressed the part back then. So he was just a normal kid like we were. So I just couldn't get out of my mind. How does that happen to him?
Right. It just
Man.
it sucks, man.
Because I wanted, and literally I'm getting food. I want to say, but you can't in that
can't,
moment,
yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
I don't want to take his dignity as a
right,
man
right.
by just handing him money right there, right?
Especially
or even
in
saying
front of people and
all of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, hey, man, what happened? I can't say that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just took it in.
I would
you know?
say in that moment, you don't ask any questions. You just talk. Like,
That's
have
what
a moment.
That was it.
Yeah.
The words we shared was it, and I thought that was treating him like a man,
Right.
and that was it.
A
Long time
human-
no
a
see,
human
man. Oh man,
experience.
you used to hoop. Remember that? Yeah, I used to hoop, but a long time ago. I used to talk to Maria. Yeah, sure did. Good to see you, bro. And that was it.
I want y'all to be judgmental on me on this right here. This happened about 2 weeks ago. On Mondays, they got this little thing out here in Northwood where they go bag little lunches up and feed people this and other. So I go out there, man, just to, inspire the people, let them know, hey, I'm from here, but nevertheless. I run up on this couple, man, from Tennessee. Them people. I run up on them. They got 2 kids. The first day I meet them, their kids just take to me. They ask their mom and dad, could they walk around with us to do it, and they let them go. So I tell them one day, I say, hey, man, we own a restaurant. This and that, I'm going to bring you something. This and that, I brought them something to eat. And I'm seeing them on a regular every Monday, pretty much. So one day, the father come to me, and he's like, man, I'm trying to get back to Tennessee. Could you let me hire some gas money? I said, yeah, all right. I gave him some gas money. About a week or two ago, I don't never hear from him now, nothing. About a week or so ago, I'm sitting outside taking me a break. He pulls up. He said, you remember me? I said, yeah, you from Northwood. I was wondering if I could get a meal. I said, no, I ain't giving you no meal, bro. I said, the only time I see you when you want something, you don't never ride by to stick your head in the door, how you doing, this, that, and the other. And, when he left, and he had the kids with him, and my mindset was, man, I should take them kids something to eat tonight, but I'm just like, you know, you look down on me, but when you need me, you want to run to me. But you know, we don't have no relationship to the point that until you need me.
Right.
So when you were saying about your man, sometime, you know, I feel like this because just the other day, yesterday when I was going to work right there by University, right by Planet Fitness, I see this little young guy walking up and down the little corridor right there. He got an umbrella with a sign in his hand, you know, wanting some money. And I'm just like, I tell my dude in the car, I say, ain't now one of these businesses that he could go to. And matter of fact, they had a help wanted sign right here that you could go to and get a job.
Yeah.
But you want to beat the system by hustling.
Yeah.
And I got to get out here and bust my tail every day and give you my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
When I give money, I've always had a soft spot for old people, homeless people, children, right? So I used to give homeless people all the time, but I know it's going to sound weird. I'm not making this up. It seemed like when I got to a certain age, when I would give money to homeless people, something bad would happen to me, right? I'm not even playing. Like I would have bad luck. I get a flat tire. Anything. Just I was like, damn. So what I would do, I kind of figured out a way around it. I would have them do something for the money.
Yeah.
Anything, right? So I remember one time I was in front of what's the chicken place over of Bob Wallace? Blessings. And the guy out there was asking for money. I was like, cool. If you could beat me in the push-up contest, I'll give you 20. If you lose, I'll give you 5. So we were doing it. And this dude beat me, but I just left the gym. Remember, I posted it. I posted it.
Yeah.
And he beat me though, right? Because I just left the gym. My arms are so tight. So I think I did like 55. Dude did like 60. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. So I gave him the 20. Well, another time I went to another gentleman, and he was like, nah. I was like, you get money either way. You say you wanted money, and he was like, I ain't doing that. I was like,
all right,
okay,
right.
But they're just saying, nigga, I just want people to give me money.
That's it.
No matter what. I didn't ask you to wash my car. And this dude, the dude that beat me was older, right? The dude that didn't do it was younger.
Young.
He was literally saying, give me money.
That's that entitlement we were talking about earlier.
I was
Even
like,
when they
this
in
is-
those positions, they still feel like,
Yes.
hey, this is something you should do because
You have
I can
an
see that
excess.
you got it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I gave a couple some food one night, man. Was gonna give him to him. And matter of fact, I gave it to him. They came down there. Them folks gave him some food. And they come back in one day and they were being just crazy about it. And I turned them down. And man, this dude was acting a doggone fool. And I'm like, bro, I don't owe you nothing.
You don't. Right.
I did that out the kind of my heart
Right.
the first time,
Right.
but you coming here now like crazy, like you want, and like a lot of people I see on the corners with the signs talking about they hungry. Follow me, I'll feed you. I
Yeah.
ain't giving you no money.
Right.
I'll feed
For
you.
sure.
And then the
They
whole
don't be wanting the
mindset changed.
food. Yeah.
I was
food be
in
from
Atlanta
them.
one day and I couldn't do nothing but respect this dude, man. He was up on Cascade. He had a sign up. He said, man, my birthday, all I want is $5 for some beer.
You gotta respect
Yeah,
it.
you gotta
The
respect it.
honesty
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Honest about it.
The honesty
It's
of
a
it,
little
yes.
guy over there off ride out. He every time I pull up the ride out, he be out there, man, can you give me a beer? I just get him.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that beer might get him through the next day.
Never
You
know,
what I
man.
mean?
Like, yeah,
But he,
right.
like you said, he's on it. He never
That act
man,
of
I got him
kindness.
hungry or nothing. And you know, because I've seen people say I'm hungry. I give them the money and I go watch them buy something else. You know what I mean?
Or you see them say, are you telling them, let's get something to eat? And they say,
They do
nah,
not
I'm
want
straight.
the food.
They're like, nah, I'm straight. Like, so you're
All
not
he
hungry.
asks for is a beer. So I mean, when I
be
see
like,
him,
I
I
want
get
the
him a
drugs.
beer.
I pulled up on this girl right there by Longhorn and McDonald's right there.
University.
Right out
Uh-huh.
the University. She out there with a sign. So first, I was like, man, I ain't finna get this girl. She young. McDonald's hiring. I pull off. I got convicted. I turned back around. I come back. And for whatever amount of money I had in my hand, I gave it all to her but $1. You can give me the $1.
What?
Man,
I said, you can go in there and get a job and pull on off.
Oh, my
it does
goodness,
piss you
bro.
off when you help
What?
somebody
Yes.
and they
They have
It's
stipulations.
something about
Yeah.
people that aren't
What an-
grateful.
Right. They're not thankful at all. They have an
Yeah,
attitude.
right. Just the entitlement. It just
You be
makes
want to
it-
snatch it back. Give me
It's
this.
off-putting, yeah.
the sucky part about being a nice person and being a giving person is you always see and notice the people who need,
You
the
need
help.
it. You feel it. Man, my daughter wrote me one time and she said, be careful, Dad. You're a giver.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter, you're a giver, and the takers don't know how to stop taking.
What?
Yeah.
Boy, that one
That's
hit.
deep right
I
there.
felt so proud. I was like, yo. And I
deep
felt
right
like,
there.
she said to me too, I was like, man,
Yeah.
that's what's up. I said, thank you. I love you, you know. But yeah, and she's right though, because takers do not care how much they take.
There's a
They'll
dude.
They're
never
there
stop.
for their reason. They have to take.
It's a dude in New York. whatever instrument he play, I don't know. But anyway, one day he was out there playing his instrument, and some people came to him. They was like, "Hey man, why don't you go get a real job, clean yourself up, get you some real clothes?" He said, "Why am I gonna do that? I made $80,000 last year doing what I'm doing, and I got clothes."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He said people feel more sorry for you when they feel like you're
Yes.
running out.
Playing the part.
Playing
Yes.
the part.
Man, they got so many people getting caught up, and they do it of all races. They get up, go to the limos, or go to their whatever cars and put on their regular
Luxury
clothes.
cars.
But I saw a lot of people from other countries. It's really a means of coming up. Like that's really like a career for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it be them same people that be owning the gas stations.
Yeah.
They will go get their family, go to the corner. And here's the thing, though,
At the gas station that they own.
around the corner, right? But here's the thing. I look at it 2 ways. It's like, man, that's a shame. But
They're
they
actually
got
out there
the
doing
gump
work.
to go do some work and
Is
do
it
it every
right,
day.
It's
right?
not work, but they have.
It
the,
is though, but they're doing it
Yeah.
every day.
They
They're
get up
actually
and do
doing
it.
it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're
They
doing
show up.
something, and they're doing it consistently. So it's just like
You
can't
can't
be
be
mad
mad.
at you.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at you because people won't even do that. They just complain.
We got about a
Or,
minute
or
and a
want,
half.
or want the government, to do it. But yeah, got a minute and a half. All right, let's go
Yeah,
ahead
because
and wrap it up.
we're
baby.
going to be at 2.5 hours.
Wow, it's easy when you talk to family. It just goes, man. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up. Anything else you want
It's
to say
gonna be a
before we go?
series.
It's been a blast today, man. I thank God for the blessing to be here, man. And man, like I said, just whoever out here that's listening to this, man, just keep your head up and be persistent and humble and just stay the course, man, and things will work out.
There we go.
We
Amen.
appreciate you, man.
And one of these days, the crew is going to come and get some food.
Nah,
For sure.
We're going to
Yes.
drop in on you
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
we will stop by,
and
get
crash.
some food. What's the best
G's.
day you think
Every
to
day.
come every day?
Every
We
day.
can do Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Wednesday.
Wednesday's
Not
baked food.
Not this Wednesday because we have something.
Yeah, we
but
got the thingy.
Yeah.
And see, both of
another
y'all,
Wednesday.
man, y'all, and I admire y'all for what you're doing, man, because, I walk, I do my thing, but the healthy day is Wednesday. We got baked chicken. There's going to be baked pork chops.
Okay.
Stuff like that, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Wednesday's
all the
that day?
Yeah, but all the vegetables are cooked in turkey, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
For the people that's concerned about
Nice,
pork and
nice.
all
Yeah,
that type
heck
of
yeah,
stuff,
heck
man.
yeah. It's in Turkey. Okay,
Yeah.
love it.
That's
All right,
crazy.
yeah, well, we appreciate you again, man. We're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Love it.
Love y'all, man.
All right,
Thank
man.
y'all, brothers.
Thank you.
right.
Sisters.
Good stuff. It's been 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I looked down and I said, damn, we don't even seem like we